guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for Married at First Sight Season 17, Episode 5 called Take Me Down to Paradise City. And it looks like for the most part this episode was Paradise City with the exceptions of, one particular couple and an incident with another particular couple. So we are at day 2 of marriage. Everybody's waking up. Oh, actually, no, sorry. They're getting together for some cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. They talk. And, everybody's, explaining how their situation is going so far, what they think about their spouse. And everyone seems to be vibing well, except for who? Claire and Cameron. So, from what it seems like with the conversation, no one has had sex yet. Okay. But there was nothing else to take from the conversation. Clearly, we can see Claire and Cameron, they're feeling some type of way because they're the only couple out of the bunch who seems to not know how to get it together. And even Cameron admitted that he was jealous when he heard Austin talking about how, everything's so easy going with Becca. And it's like, look, y'all just gonna have to try to figure out how to get over this hump. If you guys do get over the hump, I don't know. It just seems like you guys are on two complete opposite ends of the spectrum that it's going to take way more than 8 weeks to even get to the place where you guys seem cordial enough to even try to move forward in a compromised type of situation. So I don't know how it's going to work out for them, but we're going to move on to day 3 of marriage. So everybody's waking up, to chit chat and eat and whatnot. When we get to Becca and Austin, I guess they're eating like some fruit salad or whatever. Austin got his hat on. Now look, I did make mention of his hat last week. However, after watching other people's reviews of this show, and watching this episode, they were right. I didn't realize. I just seen it. He wore it to bed, and I'm just like, kind of weird, but I'm not gonna really think too much of it. But now seeing this episode, I'm like, my dog, Austin, are you emotionally attached to this hat? Because this guy wore it first thing in the morning, when they went out to the beach, when they went out to dinner, when they was at the pool, and I'm just like, homeboy, it seems like you got like when they went on the boat. And I'm just like, I don't, if that's what you want to wear, that's what you want to wear. But it just seems like you are so attached to this hat that it's like when you're not wearing it, you feel naked or something. You have a head full of hair, so you don't got no Neo situation. So I'm just trying to understand what's the attachment to this hat. But anyway, he sits in the tub eating the fruit and whatnot. And, she made a comment about it. Obviously, it was a joke. But, I know for some people, they're going to look at it as weird. But then again, I am a weird person myself. I would have to admit. And, if I'm just vibing and chilling and stuff, I do weird stuff all the time. I know the people who are very, very close to me, look at me crazy all the time. People on the outside may look at me one way, but I know the people who are like my A1s that are really close to me, they really look at me like, Victoria, what is wrong with you? And, I have to tell them, I don't know. More of the story, I probably would have been one of those people, if I'm just chilling, we just doing whatever, I might sit in the tub with the plate of fruit, and just be chilling, we chilling. I gotta find a place to stay, right? The tub seems available, seems comfortable, whatever, looks like it's in the middle of the hotel-y room and whatnot, so I might just be chilling in there, So, Austin, I don't look at you weird for that. I'm sure some people do, but it is what it is. Then we get to Brennan and Emily. They have brunch at a restaurant cafe. I guess supposedly Emily sprained her wrist or something. She fell coming out the shower or something. She fell and hurt her wrist and whatnot. Even on the after party, it was showing that she had something on her hand. I don't know if she has wrist problems. I don't know. But, seeing from the previews and seeing that she may hurt herself later on in the season, going to the hospital and stuff, I'm like, Emily, are you clumsy? Are you a klutz that you're prone to accidents and stuff? Because that's what it's giving. The vibes it's giving already. But, they do have discussions of getting to know each other. And I guess speaking of their work or whatever the case may be, they consider themselves, well, Emily made the mention of like, maybe they might be a power couple and stuff, and I'm just like, far from it. But okay, we gotta talk highly of ourselves, okay? We gotta speak in positivity, speak things into existence. But to the point we're saying power couples, at this point in time, with all the drama that be going in every relationship, ain't nobody no power couple, okay? I'm sorry to, break your hearts, but at this point in day and age and stuff, ain't no power couples happening, okay? We all just trying to make it work at this point. Literally, all of us in our relationship, we just trying to make it work. Ain't no power couples over here, man. over anywhere. But that's just a personal opinion of mine. But we gonna talk highly of ourselves. We might be a power couple. Okay, but looking at the way things are going to go with y'all and y'all finances, it's going to be a long time before we get to the power couple status, Miss Emily, because when Brendan was talking about his financial, responsibility type of stuff, and him being, financially responsible, and he, lives under his means, and, wants to save, da da da. And Emily talking about how she free spirited, and, she really don't even know what her money looking like. And, if she wanted, she going to get it. If she want to go somewhere, she going to go somewhere. And, she just doing her. Understandably so, because I don't feel like she really has any responsibility. She don't got no man. She don't got no kids. I don't remember if she said she had any pets or whatnot, but it's just like, she just doing her. And I feel like she lives with her parents, so she don't got to worry about no rent or mortgage and stuff. So yeah, if you making money, you getting money, you don't really necessarily have bills and stuff. For the most part, of course, you're going to be the person to, go out, do whatever you want with the money, go on trips and all this stuff and spend on reckless stuff. But there are a few people, it's like, even if they were in that situation, they are financially responsible. But, for the most part, it's usually not the case. But Brandon seems like he got his work cut out for him in that aspect, but he seems like he's ready to take on the challenge. So I think that's good. But it just seems like since they kind of seem like they're on opposite ends of the spectrum in regards to finance, it may be something that might be a little bit of an issue later on in the relationship, but only time will tell. So then the only thing I wanted to say other than that in regards to this scene was, her dress, the strap seemed like it kept sliding a little bit down her shoulder. It kind of bothered me a little bit, because I know whenever I'm wearing something and it seems like a little loose where the strap keeps falling, I get annoyed. So just seeing her on national TV with that kind of low-key happening, I was getting kind of annoyed for her, but also at her, because you knew it was loose before you left the hotel. So then we get to the scene of Cameron and Claire. I guess they're getting ready to go to the pool or their adventure or activity of the day. And Claire was making jokes of Cameron and his attire because, his top and shorts don't match and his water shoes definitely don't match his outfit. Yeah, technically, yes, it was two different patterns. I will give Claire that. But, I mean, if you don't like the way he dressed, suggest that he wears something else, or, moving forward, get him his swimsuit attire. And if he likes it, great. If he don't, then we got to find a way to compromise. But I don't feel like she was trying to do it in a intentionally offensive way, but it just kind of seemed like, all right, Claire, like, lay off on the jokes, because then she said, like, he looks like a dad and that he has 3 kids and whatnot. And he's like, well, I mean, I'll be the best dad ever, which I thought was very sweet that he said that, because I'm like, last episode, you was getting on my damn nerves because you was so damn rude, but, now you want to be somewhat better, that's great. But yeah, I didn't really like the fact that Claire was like kind of joking on him with his outfits and talking about all that stuff, because I'm just like, Claire, you saying this like you the best dressed in all of Married at First Sight, because I'm looking at her outfit to go kayaking or whatever, paddle boarding, whatever they want to go do, waterboard, doesn't matter. I'm just looking at her outfit like, you act like you so much better. You act like your outfit's so much better, Claire, because what is this? I understand you going for the 70s theme for your outfit, because it ain't that much better than his outfit. So what you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, before you want to talk about somebody else and their appearance and the way they dress and all that stuff, you might want to look at yourself. That's why I don't be trying to say nothing, even though sometimes a lot of people be very questionable with the stuff that they be wearing and doing and stuff. But, I know sometimes, I ain't gonna lie, guys. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes your girl be looking slump out in these streets. So, I can't say nothing, So maybe that's just the day that they decide to be slump too. But, I try not to be slump. The only times I be trying, well, I don't try to be slump, okay? So let's make that very clear. But, the times when I do be slump in the car, it's because I'm not getting out the car. Like, if I'm just going to go to McDonald's or something and get something from the drive-thru, I'm not going to have to get out the car. So I could, just put on some PJs or whatever and go. If I'm getting out the car going to Walmart or Publix, I'm going to have to put on some decent clothes and, be looking somewhat decent out in these streets. But, Claire, I mean, you purposefully wore this to go out. And it's just like, I really ain't feeling your outfit either. Okay, so don't be talking about Cameron. Even though, like I said, Cameron is questionable, especially from last week. But don't be talking about him and his like. That's what he needs you for. Now you can come in and help him with his attire to be the man that you are, or you could try to make him the man that you want. You can't really make nobody what you want, but you could try. We then move on to them going to paddle boarding, like I said, and it seems like they had a good time for the most part. Then we get to Lauren and Orion. They go swimming. They talk about getting to know each other, having kids, and adoption. More so on Orion's side, because there's so many kids who do need to be adopted. So he makes a very great and valid point. And they ended up kissing at the end, which is kind of cute. I did like whatever the area was of the pool. It's like a secluded pool, and I'm surprised for the resort that they tell nobody to be in that pool for that day, for that time, because they're gonna be filming. But I like it. It was very secluded. I'm just like, if it was, if it's really secluded like that in real life, that's beautiful. Go there with, your significant other, or someone, that y'all people be having relations with, you know what I'm saying? And, it just seemed like it would be a very good time. But then also, for those who get what I'm trying to say, it might be a lot of echoage going on there too. So unless if you're okay with that, proceed with caution. We then move on to Cameron and Claire. We're back to them, folks who never seem like they can get it together. They sit down to talk and get to know each other. That's it. We then move on back to Lauren and Orion. They get ready, I guess, to go somewhere, or they just chilling. I don't know. But Orion requests that he sit down to watch her lay her edges. So he does just that. And he seems fascinated. And I'm just like, okay, I'm okay with this, right? But at the same time, I just don't want it to make it seem like I just don't want. How do I explain this? I don't want it to be like he's looking at her like, not like she's a circus freak, but kind of just like fantasizing or fetishizing. If y'all get what I'm trying to say about the black culture or something like I just don't want it to feel like that. But if he's genuinely just wanting to know about her and how she does things, cool. But at the same time, it's just like, you said you dated black girls before, so this should not be something new to you, but maybe it is. I don't know. But it just seems like this is your first black girl when you told us that you've dated other black girls prior. So I don't know. So we'll see how that goes. We get to Beck and Austin. They go for a boat ride. Austin's wearing his hat while Beck and Austin are talking. His hat is on backwards, okay? And he's going like this, talking to her to hide his face from the sun, which pissed me the F off, because I'm just like, bro, you have a whole hat on backwards. Why don't you turn the hat around so it could, cover your eyes from the sun? You like, it's like you have to wear it like that specifically, to the point where when you have a sun in your face, you got to go like this, even though you have the blockage that's behind your head, covering your neck. You could just turn around to cover your eyes instead of doing this. That's what the hat was made for. No, we not doing that. We can't do that. Anyway. So, they talk about her and her constant pain and whatnot, and then they ended up making out on the boat, which was cute, you know what I'm saying? And then we move on to Brendan and Emily. They go drink tasting, and, Emily, she's just a champ. She should really be Brendan's dad's daughter, because he said his dad be drinking back, left and right, back and forth, and it looks like Emily does the same, which she already did express to us before. We've seen it on the previous episodes. And Brendan looked like he was, kind of trying to about to cop out. And Emily was like, oh, no, you about to drink all these drinks with me. So he did just that, and he letting us know in the confessional that, he's just trying to make sure he don't puke. And it's like, bro, I feel you on that, bro. Because I'm looking, I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I'm looking at all the drinks they drink, and I'm just like, yeah, I can't do that. Because I know I would puke. Like, I haven't brought myself to that point yet. Like, I don't feel like I've ever in my life been, like, drunk. I may have been buzzed. I may have been tipsy. But I don't feel like I've ever been drunk. I don't know if I want to get to that point either, because it's like, I ain't trying to puke, okay? I ain't trying to have no... Actually, I did get tipsy to the point where I did have a slight hangover the next day, but it wasn't nothing major. I just wanted some, like, bouillon, which is like a Haitian soup. That's all I wanted the next day. And it's like, I don't care for bouillon in real life. Like, on the present day, I really don't care for bouillon like that. So the fact that I was like a little teeny bit hungover and I wanted bouillon, yeah, I don't know if I would be wanting to be drunk, for the after effects the next day. But, he was a champ. He made it through. He drank all the drinks, and, they talked and bonded a little bit, and I thought it was cute. Would I go drink tasting for a date? Maybe. Is it going to be like shots of sangria? Because if it's going to be shots of tequila and all this stuff, liquor, and I don't know if I can do that. I might be able to do a shot or two, tops. But, anybody who know me, I'm really a lightweight, guys. I don't want to put myself past a point where of no return. And, I'm okay with a shot or two of liquor and then like a glass of sangria. I'll be actually good after that, to be honest with you. So, kudos to Brennan. Okay, more of the story of this scene. Kudos to Brennan. We then move on to Lauren and Orion. They go lay and talk on a hammock with some drinks. And they talk about their finances and how they want the dynamic of the relationship to be. And I guess in regards to finances, they agreed on 80-20 where Orion is the provider. And he did admit that it's going to take him some time to even get to that point. And I'm just like, that's not a problem. But you want it to be in a marriage. I would figure if you're trying to be in a marriage that you would already be at the point where it's like you can already start doing that, or you're at the point where it's like you can get there ASAP. Because the way he was saying, it's going to take some time, it seemed like it's not going to be something he could start doing after the 8 weeks. It seems like he's going to need maybe 8+ months. So it's like, if you want to be a provider for your wife and you're not at that point, why'd you come on Married at First Sight? Like you want to be. So I understand you have goals. You want to do something as a husband. She wants to do stuff as a wife. Like she doesn't want to feel like she has to cook, but she wants to cook for her man. So if you want to do that, then and you're not there, and it don't seem like you're gonna be there anytime soon. What are we doing here, Orion? What are we doing here? Because it seemed like you're going to need some time to focus. You should have just took this time to focus on yourself, build yourself up. And then when you was ready, then you could think about, being married at first sight or whatever the case may be. Because it just seems like you're not ready financially wise, especially if you're talking about you want to do 80-20. Have you seen today's economy? You still living at your mom's place, which is, like I said, understandable, like I said last week. But at the same time, it's like there's a reason you're still at your mom's house. So what makes you think, you talking about 80-20, but you thought you was going to be able to be on Married at First Sight? You thought it was a good idea to come on Married at First Sight? You sure? I mean, you're already here, but I'm just like, bro, I don't think this was the right step for you. You probably should have went to Brennan for a financial accountant or something like that, because this route you're taking right here seems like it's not going to work out well. Anyway, they didn't talk about manscapation. Okay, I made that word up. More so Lauren asking him, and he's like, it ain't no wilderness down there, but he got a little bit of hair, a little trim, you know what I'm saying? And his brother, I think he said his brother, got him onto the Manscaped thing and whatnot, so that's what he loves. And I'm just like, is this like product placement, as Angel, that chick Angel was saying? Because I'm just like, very specific, Orion. Your brother gave you Manscaped. I'm like, I'm surprised they didn't have a Manscaped commercial after that scene, because I'm just like, sir, you didn't have to say all that. Because he was mentioning how it was smooth and soft down there. She's like, why is it smooth and soft? And I'm just like, y'all plan to say this. Y'all practiced this a couple times before they said, okay, this is the one, right? Okay. Anyway, they make out, so that was, what it is, cute or whatever. And then we see Beck and Austin go out for dinner with his hat on. And, they talk about holding off before having kids, in the midst of their discussion. So, okay, that's what they decide. That's what they decide. Nothing to take from that. Then we get to Cameron and Claire. They go out for dinner, and, excuse me, it seemed like they connect somewhat, but then it turns into a disagreement about having drive, what it means, and the domino effect of having drive or not having drive. And I'm just like, it's episode 5. I'm already tired of y'all. I don't care what y'all disagree. Y'all just gonna disagree about something. So, that's why I just breezed over this whole scene, because I'm just like, oh, okay, here's just another tally to add to the list of things like that they disagree about. And it doesn't seem like they're not yelling at each other, but it just always seems like they're gonna disagree about something. Like they're always gonna be tit for tat about something stupid. So, it is what it is. I mean, is this conversation stupid? Not necessarily, but I just feel like they're both petty, and it's like they both don't want to give. So that in turn turns their disagreement into a point where it's like they both feel uncomfortable afterwards, and it just seems so awkward and, tension a little bit. And I'm just like, all right, I'm done with you two. I don't got time for this. America doesn't have time for this, but we're still gonna go through with this, right? Okay, so we already annoying, y'all Married at First Sight producers already annoying us episode 5 in with this couple. And who knows how many more episodes of this season that we got to deal with this couple. Okay. So then we get to Emily and Brennan. They go sit on the beach and talk about intimacy and sex, whatever. And then we get Becca and Austin. They're at the pool. He's in the pool. She's not in the pool because I guess, uh, she's not feeling well. And, he walks over to them with drinks. They kiss and talk. And because she couldn't be in the pool with him, she does feel bad and does tear up. But he said, it's okay. He understands. And, they kiss. And I thought that was very sweet. Because you could tell she was cold, and I'm just like, so you cold right now, Dad? Like, it seems like it's cold outside, and you just in the pool just chilling. You not cold, Austin? No, is your hat cold? Because I know your hat been going through. Do you wash your hat, Austin? Because your hat soaks up sweat and stuff. It's black. That's why you probably got a black hat. Because when you wear a white hat and you be sweating stuff, you be seeing that little ring on, but his is black. So I'm just like, I hope you wash your hat as much as you wear it, Austin. But then we get to Lauren and Orion. They sit at the edge of a hot tub and they talk. Lauren asks him, has he ever said the N-word? He said in the back, in his past he has, because he was, young and dumb. And, that's when they get to the conversation of, the word Redskins comes up. So Orion immediately gets offended. Lauren apologizes because, I watched the scene, I think, a good 4 or 5 times because I was trying to understand exactly what happened and I couldn't catch it. So someone please explain to me, because, your girl be a little slow sometimes. She just, I'm sorry, it just kind of went over my head. I'm like, I'm trying to understand. Like, I feel like I kind of do, but then I kind of don't. Come on, someone, dumbify it for me. Just break it down. What happened that got him so heated? Because I'm just like, on one hand, I can understand him feeling some type of way, being like, okay now. But to the point where he got heated like that, I'm just like, red flag. So, they kind of discuss it, and, he's kind of gave her more attitude versus Cameron. But he's like, well, Cameron said reservation. You said Redskin. Redskins is more offensive than reservations, which, okay, if that's the case, like Lauren said, she can understand that, but it just seems like he's giving her more smoke. Your own wife, who you can tell didn't really mean it in an offensive way, versus a man who said reservation in a clearly offensive way, because Cameron's just a dick, okay? Let's just keep it 100% clear. Transparency is key. Cameron's a dick. So it's like, for a guy who said, even though reservation is less offensive than Redskins to Orion and his community and his culture, Cameron said reservations were clear intention of like getting under your skin, or clear intention of like offending you, joking matter, versus Lauren, who said Redskins, completely like in an innocent, way. She didn't mean to offend you in any type of way. But he wasn't letting up on her, and he just continued with his case of why that's offensive and da-da-da. So it was to the point where I literally saw Lauren shut down, and she was just like, she was going to try to explain herself again, but then she was just like, okay, whatever, you're right. So it's just like, that's a red flag, bro, because like your wife is clearly trying to express like she didn't try to be offensive, but like you just not letting up. And then she's like, I'm glad we had this conversation. I feel okay. How you feel? He's like, I'm heated. And she's like, I can tell you're heated. And I'm just like, bro, calm down. Like, I'm pretty sure a lot of people may feel offended or whatnot, but it's like, bro, like, she really didn't say it in a way to offend you. But the fact that you still not letting up on her, and I'm just like, I'm not feeling that, Orion. I'm not feeling that at all. But that's Lauren's husband. We're gonna see if she's gonna stay beside him. But for me, I would have looked at that as a red flag, and we're gonna have to discuss that further. But I feel like with Orion, there ain't no further discussion, because he's just gonna continue to say the same thing in different ways. So, let me know if I'm wrong for thinking that, but it's just like, I'm like, I get it for you feeling offended, but the smoke you're giving to Lauren versus the smoke you gave to Cameron, I feel like Lauren is very accurate in the way she feels in regards to that. So we'll see how that goes moving forward. But then we get to Beck and Austin. They're sitting at the beach, and I'm just like, wow, at least Austin has a different hat on. He has his Mr. hat from the little goodies basket they got. And they talk about their past relationships and what they would want from their significant other. They go kayaking and they kiss afterwards. And it seems like to be a great date. And that was the end of the episode. Literally, that was the end of the episode. So, we started to get into a little bit of the drama. And I feel like Orion is going to be a problem because I feel like he's gonna get offended by everything. You know, he's gonna be the woe is me type of person. It feels like, I'm not saying that's what it's gonna be, but I feel like already we're starting to see inklings of that. And you know, if we see continued progression of that, you know, we're gonna see. Actually, we are gonna see we are gonna see continued progression of that, because next week we're gonna see Orion being upset that Lauren had sex 2 months ago before this dang thing. I mean, is it cutting it close? Maybe a little bit, but you know, she didn't even know you 2 months ago. You didn't even know her 2 months ago. Like, I'd rather it be 2 months ago than like 2 weeks ago. Like, I believe, actually last season, Woody and Clint. If you would have told me, oh yeah, I had sex 2 months ago, it's like if you dating somebody, you know what I'm saying, and they tell you, oh yeah, the last time I had sex was 2 months ago. I'm just gonna be like, okay, I hope you clean, like, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, you know, I guess you're gonna feel some type of way about that. But it seems like you're gonna feel some type of way about a lot of things, which to me is very concerning, you know, for Lauren. But, you know, I guess we'll see how it goes. I mean, that was the end of the episode. I usually never know how to end these things because I end up talking too much. If you like this video, anyway, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, subscribe, okay? Why not? If you didn't laugh, listen, we got 3,000, you know, I already said 3,000 more episodes of this dang Married at First Sight season. So come back next week. You know, I'm gonna have some jokes for Orion feeling some type of way about Lauren doing the dude 2 months ago. So hopefully I can make you laugh then. You can subscribe then, that's cool, okay? Comment down below what you thought about this episode. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.